No, you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction.
Eve of destruction. That's right. It certainly seems like it is, isn't it? This whole crazy world is falling apart. We can fix it, but we just got to do it. The first damn thing we got to do, we got to recognize that there is a problem, and we created it. It's okay to admit that you're wrong. It's not okay to not admit that you're wrong. We all share a responsibility in the mess that we're in right now. And it's okay to admit that we screwed up, and it's okay to admit that we're going to knuckle down and fix it. But we got to do it. We have 916 days, 4 hours, 55 minutes, and 33 seconds left of this godforsaken Obama nightmare. And just because he's still president doesn't mean that we can't go to work and start fixing this stuff. Are you paying attention, Mr. Boehner? You're the Speaker of the House, for God's sakes. Could you at least act like it? But until we get rid of this guy, I vote for impeachment. Screw going to court. What the hell is that going to do? It's going to have another lawsuit sitting right next to 2 contempt charges. Yeah, that'll be effective. Even if you do win, Mr. Boehner, you really think the president's going to start following the Constitution, huh, sweetie? Huh? Go back to your tanny booth, go smoke a pack of cigarettes, and here's a box of tissues. Have a good cry. Get the hell out of Congress. You're a joke. You're doing nothing. You're a bum. I'm sick of all of them. I'm one of these kinds of people that I just have no patience for things that I shouldn't have patience for. And why should we have patience for this crap? We shouldn't. But yet, here we are, voting for it. Got to get more of it. Well, until we get rid of this guy, we must remain dedicated to the fight and the preservation of freedom, regardless of the cost. And I cannot emphasize that enough. Freedom isn't cheap. Okay, fine. But we can afford it. You can always afford freedom. What you can't afford is tyranny. We got a lot to talk about tonight, and I'm not in a very good mood, as you can tell. So if you want to be a part of the program, 646-716-7978. And you know it as well as I do, as long as there's one stinking liberal on planet frickin' Earth. Well, it's a very, very, very busy news day. Well, today, shipmates, today is absolutely no exception. My God in heaven. There's only one way to combat that. Turn off that goddamn Kim Kardashian show, put down those stupid bags of Cheetos, get your ass off the couch and go to work. All right. Now, before we get into the scuttlebutt of the day, I got a call this afternoon. I haven't spoken to her in a long time. I don't know if any of you remember her, but she's come on this program a couple of times during the Justina Pellitier saga. Her name is Nancy Rubenstein. She's the Director of Public Education and Volunteer Coordinator at Psych Rights. That's PSYCHRIGHTS. Well, she came on, and we had a very long couple of conversations with this. Her husband is very instrumental. Her husband was actually down in New York City during this Justina Pellitier mess, the kidnapping, and he was protesting Big Pharma. Well, if you're not familiar with what Big Pharma is, well, then you're gonna have to do some research and find out what the hell these pharmaceutical companies are actually doing. They're connected to the government. They all got lobbyists. They all got people in the government. They're all connected. And why? Well, so they can make money. There's also another reason. If they put you on any kind of drug whatsoever, guess what? Well, you're now, according to the government, mentally ill. You can't have a firearm. They're doing anything and everything they can to skirt this United States Constitution, and the American people are allowing them to do it. Well, Nancy called me this afternoon. Already I wasn't in a very good mood, but when I got off the phone with her, I was absolutely in no goddamn mood. And she knew it, too. She told me she was going to put me in a bad mood. Well, she was most decidedly correct. She did put me in a bad mood. We now have another victim kidnapped. His name is Isaiah Ryder, R-I-D-E-R, 16-year-old boy. Well, she called me up and she says, hey, I've got a case for you. I've got somebody that wants to come on your program. Well, this kid's mother wants to come on this program. And according to Nancy, she tells me that it's going to take more than 1 2-hour show to get all the information out. And I told her, I said, if she takes the whole week, that's fine with me. If we can do it in one show, we'll do it in one show. If it takes all week to do the show, then fine. I can't handle this crap. I can't understand how people can honestly be so blind as to what the hell that they're doing. They're kidnapping children and performing medical experiments on them. Well, the Japanese did it before World War II to the Chinese. Human beings have been doing this to each other for I don't know how many years. The Nazis did it in the 30s. I'm sure there's people still doing it all over the world, but we're the United States. We're better than that. I'd at least like to think that we're better than that. Well, her name is Michelle Ryder. And Michelle, you are welcome on this program any damn time you want. What they are doing to your son is an absolute outrage. I am so effing pissed off right now. I can't even frickin' see straight. I'm sweating profusely. I'm so pissed off. My God, how the hell do you do that? Where's our FBI? Huh? Where's our DOJ? Oh, that's right. They can't get involved. See, we've got governors involved in it. We've got the whole frickin' government involved in this. They're making money. Kidnapping children and using them as lab rats. And this government is making money off of it. Those are your children. You cannot take your child into a children's hospital or any hospital for that matter anymore. The doctor can't figure out what's wrong with them. Well, obviously it's the parents' fault, so we've got to take these children as wards of the state because we can't figure out what the hell's wrong with them. Well, let me tell you something about medicine. I'm not a doctor. I don't claim to be. But when it comes to any kind of science, medical science, this science, that science, whatever, human beings don't know everything. Doctors don't know everything. They know a lot, but they don't know everything. A lot is not everything. So when you argue with a doctor now, they take your kid away. So I don't know. I mean, what do you have to do to keep your child from being kidnapped from the state? I mean, you take your child into the hospital. What do you got to come in with a I don't know, an armed security guard or guards? You need a security team just to make sure that the hospital doesn't kidnap your child. I mean, this is absolutely just disgusting. Well, there's a video. And BCH, by the way, the Boston Children's Hospital, they were also involved in this, I was told this afternoon. Evidently, Boston Children's Hospital, which this kid went to, he's been all over the place. This one, he's now in Chicago. But he's been just about everywhere. Well, BCH told them not to treat this kid. He's not getting any medical treatment. 16-year-old Isaiah Ryder was last treated at Lurie Children's Hospital in Chicago. He has a genetic disease called, now I'm going to try this. I practiced this a couple of times. And Nancy corrected me a couple of times, and she taught me how to say this word. But you know that I suffered chronically from a broken left-handed tongue, so it's very difficult to speak. And then when you get this crap, all these words that are like 4,000 miles long, and expect me to pronounce it, it's very difficult. So let me give this a shot. This is what this kid suffers from. Damn it. Let's try this again. Neurofibromatosis. There it is. Neurofibromatosis. What it is tumors that grow on the nerves. Well, not only do I suffer from a broken left-handed tongue, but I suffer from a broken back. So when my discs get pulled out, again, like they're always pulled out, and they connect themselves to the nerves, that's extremely painful. Now put a tumor on that. This kid has been through a hell of a lot. He's already had a leg amputated from this. They were giving him extremely heavy drugs, and it wasn't working. And now they lied about the mother. The mother was a hospice nurse for over 16 years. Let's get into this and find out a little bit more about this. Let me put a link in here. I also put a couple links in the, for those of you that are listening in archive, I put the links in the comment section. So you can see the same links as the people that are listening here live now. This is the first link that I'm going to put in the chat room here. This is a video of this kid who's now a ward of the state of Illinois. Well, he made a video and he sent it to his mom. His mom put it on, or the mom put it on her Facebook page, which I'm surprised that the government hasn't taken that page down. He's not allowed to speak to his mother. They told him, you can't speak to your mother. You're not allowed to speak to your mother. And if you do call your mother again, we're going to take away your phone. Imagine that, a 16-year-old kid. She's a single mother. A 16-year-old kid taken away from his family and he's not allowed to call his mother? Imagine that. Imagine that if that was you or your child. And we can't get the Department of Justice, we can't get the FBI to investigate this. This is nationwide. It's not just one place. The other one was in Massachusetts. Now this one's in Chicago. Every state, all 50 of them. So let's put this link up here so you guys can take a look at it. There it is. You can take a look at this. And listen to this video. It'll break your frickin' heart. 16-year-old Isaiah Ryder was last treated at Lori Children's Hospital. Isaiah Ryder, that's after surgery at the Chicago hospital, suffered from painful convulsions that he once experienced have returned again. Meanwhile, the hospital accused Michelle Ryder, that's the mother, of interfering with the boy's medical care. Well, first of all, that's the mother. But she didn't. But nevertheless, why do parents have no say in their children anymore? Oh, that's right, Agenda 21. The family unit. The family unit is not sustainable. They want to take the children away from the parents. Why? Well, it's easier to indoctrinate a child if they're not with their parent. This is some sick, twisted stuff, man. What's going on here right now, this is going to go down in the history books. This is some sick, twisted stuff. Unfrickin' believable. You do not kidnap children. You do not perform medical tests on people. And now they're doing children. It's a little cowardly, don't you think? Don't you think it's a little cowardly? I do. I find it extremely cowardly. According to records obtained by the Chicago Tribune, Michelle Ryder moved her son to multiple hospitals and demanded a powerful sedative to relieve his pain, which she says she didn't. She claims that the powerful sedatives did no good. Well, I've had powerful sedatives too, and you know what? They don't really do very much. They get you stoned, but you still feel the pain. They don't really work to get rid of your pain. None of that crap does. The Chicago Tribune also reports hospital staff allege Isaiah Ryder exhibited hallmark characteristics of a Munchausen syndrome by proxy. Munchausen, I guess is how you pronounce it. I don't know. But this so-called syndrome, which is just stop with the syndromes and the disorders already. Can you stop, please? Syndrome. Shut up. But this is supposed to be a condition in which a parent or guardian fabricates or exaggerates an illness. Kind of like the people that kidnap children and claim that they have somatoform and they have this and they have that and then perform medical tests on them. Is that what you're talking about? Is that Munchausen syndrome? Is that what the hell you're talking about? These are some creepy people, man. We got to stand up and fight this. We get the mainstream media on this? Hell no. Where are they? Well, we don't know. I haven't seen the mainstream media in God knows how long. Where have they been? Where's the mainstream media? Hey, honey, you seen the mainstream media? Honey, hey, the mainstream media, you seen it? Ah, she ain't seen it. Go back to the Kim Kardashian show. Here's another bag of Cheetos. Shut up. The Chicago Tribune reports that a judge found medical testimony credible. Of course, a judge's got to do it. Do we have a responsible judge left in this country? Honey, you seen any judges? Ah, we haven't seen any judges. A judge found medical testimony credible and ruled Wednesday that Ryder would remain in foster care while court officials worked to transfer the child protection case to Missouri. Where do these people get the effrontery to do this crap? And now we're trying to get Justina's law, which are going to defund people for doing this. Well, no, there's no defunding. Here's what you do. You completely get rid of this DCH, and you start over. And everyone that's in the DCH right now needs to go straight to jail. Will that happen? Hell no. But that Judge Johnston with Justina Pellitier, that Judge Johnston, that Bongiorno and that punk-ass little bitch 7 months out of medical school, all the cops. If you're a cop, this is what I'd like to know. We got another cop story today, and I seen the video of the cops killing this guy. They choked him to death for selling a frickin' pack of cigarettes. New York City. Sells a pack of cigarettes and gets choked to death. So unfortunately, but these cops are probably going to get a promotion, get a raise. Gee, what a swell job you did last night. You killed that guy with your bare hands. Boy, you're picking tough. Oh, you're my hero. No, you're a creep. All them cops. But the judge, the psychiatrist, the social workers, the cops, the governor, that Governor Patrick. Governor Patrick, you're a creep. As far as I'm concerned, you're a goddamn criminal. And a text message to KMBC 9 News. Ryder's mother says she is very upset. They dragged this out for 2.5 months. It usually takes 48 hours. We could have already been to trial by now, she says. They don't want to go to trial. They want to keep your kid there until they're done performing the medical tests that they want to perform on him. These are experiments. So they're not done experimenting on your son there, Michelle. That's why they're not. That's why your son's not gone. That's why your son didn't get to come home. Well, you watch that video. It'll break your heart. This kind of stuff has got to stop, man. And it's going to take the American people to stop it. We got to demand a hell of a lot more out of our government, out of our society, for Christ's sakes. Michelle Ryder denies all of the accusations, it says. I have a tendency to believe the mother on this before I believe the DCF. The DCF has a very, very bad reputation. I don't believe anything the DCF says. There is no integrity in that DCF. None. 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 Officials with Lurie Children's Hospital stress that they are not the ones who took Isaiah Ryder away from the mother. Really? Then who did? The hospital referred his case to the Illinois Department of Children and Family Services. Well, by calling a DCF, you know damn good and well the DCF is going to take the kid. So yeah, may not have been directly you took the kid away, but indirectly, yeah, you did. You opened the door, and you called in the kidnappers. They came in, and they stole the child. You're just as guilty. Everyone at the Lurie Children's Hospital that had anything to do with this, and the DCF, every single one of these people need to go to jail, period. And stay there for quite a long time. I vote for life in prison without any frickin' possibility of parole. Either that or just get the death penalty, because we do not perform medical experiments on human beings. We do not do that, and especially children, for crying out loud. That's the death penalty as far as I'm concerned. I never used to be a real big fan of the death penalty, but I'm becoming more and more a fan of the death penalty anymore. And with crap like this, come on. You're going to perform medical experiments on children and not expect to be held accountable? What, are you kidding me? Michelle Ryder spent 16 years as a hospice nurse. She says, I did not want, nor did I at any time request that Isaiah have heavy medications. It was quite the opposite, as a matter of fact, as the heavy narcotics did not appear to be helping at all. So she argued, this is the problem, she argued with the doctor. But just because you're a doctor means what? You can't be argued? You're beyond reproach because you're a doctor? I'd like to have these creeps on this program. Actually, no, I wouldn't. In a statement emailed to KMBC 9 News, Lurie Children's Hospital says, here it is, and we've heard this excuse from the DOJ. We've heard this is a political excuse. Here's what this is. Listen to this. It's just garbage. I shouldn't even read it. It's garbage. Due to patient privacy issues, we cannot comment. Oh, that's right. We can't comment. It's an ongoing investigation. We can't comment. We can't comment. Yes, you can. And the only reason why you're not commenting is because you don't want to expose yourself for committing a crime. Kidnapping children and performing medical tests, medical experiments on them is a crime. At least there should be. And if it ain't, it goddamn better be, and right real quick. I'm pretty sure you can find something in some law book somewhere that says that you cannot kidnap children and perform medical experiments on them. I'm pretty sure that you can find some law somewhere where that will fit in. And I'm pretty sure it also comes with a pretty heavy prison sentence. At least I would hope. Due to patient privacy issues, we cannot comment on any individual case. Lurie Children's Hospital has a long, here they go, talking about how great and wonderful they are. Well, if you're so great and frickin' wonderful, why am I talking about you now? Lurie Children's Hospital has a long history of providing family-centered care to all patients. Really? kidnap kids and take them away from their parents. And you tell the child that if he calls his mother again, you're going to take away his phone and you're going to punish him. I mean, is that what you mean by providing a long and outstanding history of providing family-centered care to all patients? Is that what you mean by that? As part of our 132-year mission, we are committed to ensuring the health and welfare of every child we serve. Really? Well, where's the evidence of that? I don't see any evidence of that. If somebody wants to show me the evidence, I'm more than happy to take a look at it. Well, the Facebook page, like I was talking before, and look in the chat room, and you'll pick up that link. And if you're downloading right now, you're listening on archive, it's in the comment section. You can see it, and I want you to watch this video. The page has been created in support of Isaiah Ryder. As a matter of fact, I think she did talk about this. This guy's been in here for a while. And I think we did mention it. If it wasn't Nancy that mentioned it, it could have been Raquel Oikai who mentioned it. But I think we did talk about this very briefly. We were very deep in with Justina Pellitier, but I do believe there was some sort of a conversation. But there's many more of them like this. There are literally tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, and God forbid, I hate to think about it, but it could quite possibly be over 1 million. Imagine that, 1 million kids taken by, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it just seems like it is. But there's at least tens of thousands of kids all across the United States being taken from their parents. Well, this woman's going to come on this program here. She's brave. She's pissed. And she's fighting with everything she's got. And she gets as much time as she needs. And if it takes all week, if it takes all month, if it takes all year, she gets all the time she needs. That's fine with me. This is what he says on the video. This is just I didn't have an opportunity to, because it wasn't on YouTube, so I couldn't play it for you. That's why I gave you the link so you can watch it yourself. But here's a little taste of what he said. What Laurie Children's Hospital, this is Isaiah Ryder talking. What Laurie Children's Hospital has done to me is ruined my life. And this is something I will never forget. Says his mother has done nothing wrong. He said that several times. My mother has done nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. All he wants to do is go back to his life. He wants to go back to his job, and he wants to go back to his girlfriend. He's already missing a leg now that had to get amputated because of this. Tumors growing on his nerves. I'm already in pain just thinking about that. I mean, my God. Well, here's another link now. Let me put this one in the chat room. I don't really know what this has to do with this, but I think it has something to do with it, and I'm still trying to find out. We're gonna have a conversation this weekend. I've also got another meeting this weekend with Mary Cal, so we can talk about Common Core and the New World Order and all this other crap going on. So I'm going to have one hell of a busy weekend and another busy week, and that's fine with me. I'm not afraid to fight. I got enough energy, too. I'll fight 24/7. I don't give a damn. I'm going to fight. I'm a fighter. And I'm going to keep fighting until this war is over. So let me put this one in here now. All right, there you are. This is a link to the UN convention. Again, with that UN, the UN has to get the hell out of the United States. I am flat just sick and tired of that UN. I can't stand that United Nations. And why the hell it's in the United States, I don't know. We should be in Europe. Europe is for this crap. We're America. We don't let the UN tell us how to live our life. I will not comply with the UN. Plain and simple. Will not do it. by UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, called CRPD. Well, there's going to be a big vote for it July 22nd in Congress. Call your senators, both of them, and tell them not to support this. This link here, we don't got time to go into it, but go ahead and read it. Go ahead and read this, of what this is all about. So you got some homework to do here, and that's fine. You can do it. Look, you can't fight if you're not knowledgeable of what the hell's happening. It's impossible to fight a war when you don't know what the war is over. So get yourself informed. We'll come together on this. We got to come together and we got to fight these people. I mean, they talk about, George Bush talked about the axis of evil. The axis of evil is ourselves. That's where the axis of evil is. And we're the only ones that can fix it. And we can fix it. I'd like to think that we will, but I haven't seen any evidence lately that would even suggest that we are. We're even giving it a try. We're not even giving it a shot. You can't do anything if you don't try. It's okay to fight. It's okay to fight for your rights. It's okay to fight for your neighbor's rights. It's okay to stand up to the government. It's okay to stand up to the cops. It's okay to stand up to the judges and your governor and your president, your teachers, for crying out loud. Wait till we get into the New World Order with the teachers. Oh, my God. The information that I am gathering, I thought I had enough information, but no, I don't. There is endless information on this New World Order, and every drop of it scares a living bejesus out of you, and it should. It should. It should. And if it don't, well, that just shows your ignorance. Don't speak to me because I don't want to have any conversation with somebody who's that stupid, and that blind, that naive, that gullible, that they cannot see. Don't speak to me because I don't want my time wasted.